Welcome to John Sue and Michael Rosmer's video Battleathon. Today we're going to talk about only the adaptable will survive. You've heard the saying, strongest, smartest. Right? Everybody wants to be the strongest, the best looking, everyone wants to be the smartest. But at the end of the day, how strong you are doesn't matter, doesn't guarantee your survival. How smart you are doesn't guarantee your survival. How adaptable you are does guarantee your survival. And I'm going to use a great idea to demystify this strongest and smartest survival of the fittest bullcrap. It's all about adaptability. And really, adaptability is a combination of strongest, smartest, and most adaptable, right? It's not any one of those. So obviously you're gonna know why the strongest is not the best, because you need more than just muscle to survive, right? Because if muscle could survive, maybe in the jungle, if you're an ape, muscle would be the strongest, but you still need a brain. You still need, how do we say, mental strong spirit, right? You ever meet these guys who are really big, but they're soft, and you see these little small guys, but they're vicious pit bulls, and those small guys can knock the crap out of these big guys, because these big guys don't have the spirit to last. This is one thing that I think is a lot of bullshit. People who respect people who are really intelligent. I think intelligence has been over-marketed and overhyped. I don't know where this whole idea of intelligent is so awesome and so attractive. I find really intelligent people, really mental, I find them very mental. I find them very strong in their thoughts and very ignorant in their beliefs. And when I say ignorant in their beliefs, what I say is they believe so much in what they know that they're disconnected to any opinions that contradict what they know. You know those people, right? Very highly intelligent and specialized people, I find that they're very knowledgeable, yes, definitely, but they lack soul, they lack substance. They're just very brilliant in their one thing, call them the one-trick pony, but they lack soul. Right? Almost they're very authentic only in that one area, but in every other area they're so underdeveloped. So that's why I think this whole intelligence thing, way overrated. It's not as great as people think it is. So going back to adaptable. Adaptable is somebody who, in my opinion, has a balanced body, so they're not like ripped and crazy in good shape, and a balanced perspective of intelligence. So it's somebody who knows they're smart, but is also open to the potential that what they know could be wrong. That to me is somebody who is wise. Wisdom is somebody who is very strong on their perspective, but is open to other people's perspective. Right? Where I think intelligence, they're just very hypercharged in what they know, and they're ignorant to what they don't know, or what others know that would contradict what they know. And people who have, you meet these people who have a lot of soul. They're just good people, right? There's a groundedness, a calmness to them, an honesty to them, right? If you combine all three of those things, you have the most adaptable and highest survivability factor. A good example, businesses. They come and go. You look at Blockbuster, it was huge, making a killing. But once Netflix came in, they weren't able to adapt, out of business. Right? As technology changes and as things change in any business, if you're not able to adapt to the market, you will no longer exist. Right? You look at products that were very useful before. For example, something that is no longer of use. I would say one thing that no longer is in use is typewriters. Those slow things, right? Now, because we have laptops and we can send emails and stuff like that, those things are outdated, right? Totally gone. Kodak film, they went out of business. Why? Because we've got digital things to store cameras. Many examples of adaptability, and none of these companies were the strongest or the smartest. Maybe at a moment in time, and that's what one thing I want to put forward is a lot of people. There's a lot of people who are successful and others look up to for momentary success. But to me, true success means you're in the game still. You only fail when you're out of the game. And in my opinion, Kodak is a failure. Why? Because they weren't able to stay in the game. Apple, I think Apple is a success beyond the iPads and everything else, because PC almost wiped them out, but now they're still in the game. And you gotta admit, Apple is doing really well. PC is still doing really well. But they're both still in the game. And that to me is success and adaptability. So strongest, most smartest, overrated if you ask me. Adaptable, you need to be strong, you need to be smart, and you need to have, how do we say, spirit or soul. And that's how you become the most adaptable. And you're probably wondering to me, why do you care? Like, why would I care? So what? What's your point, John? My point here that I'm trying to drive home is the most adaptable person, or you look at the human evolution, is as a baby, you come into this world and you're learning to, how to say, manage your physical function, and then you master them, where you don't have to worry about shitting your pants and all these things. And then you go to the next level. You gotta develop your mind, and then beyond developing it, you gotta master your mind and be very knowledgeable about that. And then once you kind of get past your ego, we'll call it, that's when you really start to develop your internal character, your charm, your charisma, who you really are. And that's when you start to discover it, you know. It's almost like menopause or middle life crisis. It's that moment for people to go from that mental to that, you know, spiritual or self-discovery stage, or where they really find themselves, right? They find their soul. So I'm just pointing out the three levels of body, mind, we'll call it soul. But beyond relating those three things to something else, adaptability to businesses, and showing you how those levels, you know, how you need mind, body, and soul to be successful in business or anywhere in life, really, right? It's a three-stage evolution that humanity goes through. So that's my 2 cents on adaptability and why that's the shit.